When you look into Arsenal's youth academy and the talent that we've produced, the likes of Nwaneri, the likes of Miles Lewis-Skelly, even before that, with the likes of Saka coming through, there's one player though that right now is breaking records, training with the first team at only 15 years of age, Max Dowman. So he only turned 15 years of age in December, guys, and at 14, he made his debut for Arsenal under-21 side earlier this season in the UEFA Youth League. And he broke the record, which was previously set by, of course, Nwaneri, who is now, of course, in the first team and playing regular football for Arsenal. And as we know, Dowman was, of course, included in the warm weather training trip to Dubai and has been, spotted countless training sessions training with the actual first team. So Max Dowman is predominantly more of an attacking midfielder, but he has played on the right-hand side as well, on the right wing, and also essentially sort of a CM as well. So it sort of begs the question, guys, with all our injuries right now, playing Mika Marino up front yesterday as a number 9, no Havertz, no Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Saka, we know we're very limited in the attack right now. It begs the question, if Max Dowman is training with the first team, then surely this guy should at least be on our bench, no? Well, it's been reported that Arsenal are trying to register Max Dowman into the team to make his debut at only 15 years of age. But to do with, unfortunately, the Premier League handbook, a player placed in the age group below under 16 shall not be named in a club's team sheet for or to participate in a league match. Speaking to the press before the Leicester City game, Mikel Arteta was also asked on if whether Max Dowman would be able to feature anytime this season, and this is what he had to say.
Very impressive. At his age as well, some of the things that he does in training are unbelievable. He's a player, obviously, with a huge talent that we have a lot of belief that we can develop him into become one of our own, and he's doing very well so far.
And what do you see as the possible pathways to give him some minutes at a senior level?
Well, at the moment, is with all the legislation, there are a lot of restrictions for your age, something that in other countries you don't even mention. So we will have to wait and see. He's taking very fast steps because every time you put him in a different challenge, different level, he overcomes that hurdle pretty quickly, which is great. So we are on it.
If we cast our minds back, obviously, to September 2022, we saw 15-year-old Nwaneri make his Arsenal debut off the bench against Brentford. He broke Premier League history, becoming the youngest ever Premier League player to feature in the Premier League at only 15 years of age and 181 days. Of course, as we know, Max Dowman is now 15 years of age, the same age that Nwaneri was when he made his debut against Brentford. So it gives us the question, how comes he is not allowed to play, whereas Nwaneri was? Well, the simple answer is because Max Dowman is registered with the under-15s of Arsenal. Nwaneri was registered with the under-16s, and as it states by the rule book, a player under the age of under-16 cannot obviously feature for the first team. However, there's been many reports that Arsenal are trying to obviously appeal this sort of rule book and to see if he'll be eligible to play this season, of course. Even Mikel Arteta said towards the end of his press conference when he was asked about Max Dowman that they are working on it. They are working on something to try and get this changed to see if this guy could actually feature for Arsenal. So let's talk about Max Dowman then as overall as a player and what he can bring to obviously Arsenal in the future. So as I stated earlier, guys, his main position is actually an attacking midfielder, sort of in the number 10. However, he has played central midfield where you can tell because the way how he can drop, you see it a few times here, how he drops deep and can progress the ball forward really well. I actually do like him a lot on the right-hand side as a right winner. And you've seen him a lot play there for the under-18s. And this is what I've just seen, little signs of him. He looks really good on the wing, but it's always good to have that versatility, as we know. Mikel Arteta loves versatile players, so it's really good that he can play on the right wing. You can see him play centrally as well, even a little bit deeper maybe in the central midfield role. So that's what we need as well, is these youngsters with a bit of versatility as well. They can play different roles, and it's certainly what Max Dowman can certainly do. And let's not forget, in terms of positional wise as well, players like Bukayo Saka started playing for Arsenal as a left back. Believe it or not, if you guys remember, he was a left back. That's where he started to play with Arsenal. Then he got moved to left wing, and now he's Arsenal's main right winger. So when it comes to it's always good to have these types of players who can play different positions, I think, as well. And it'd be interesting to see where Mikel Arteta sees this guy in the future, man, for Arsenal. Is he going to be more integrated as a winner? Or is it going to be sort of like a backup maybe for a Martin Odegaard or somewhere else? We never really know. But there is some really, really positive signs when you watch a player like Max Dowman. I know this is on a youth academy, and when you get to the Premier League, he's going to be getting kicks left, right and centre, fouled a lot of times as well, taken down a lot of times, because it is a Premier League. We see it so many times. We even look at Saka on the right-hand side. It happens, though, because it's a Premier League, right? But this guy, for me, unpredictable when he enters the day. This guy just is not afraid to just drive with the ball. You know, he only has one way in terms of as soon as he gets the ball, just drive with it. You see it in multiple clips here, guys. He loves to cut inside and go, sort of go both sides as well, inside and outside of his defenders. As we know, it really helps in terms of his technical ability as well. Very, very skillful player, really quick feet as well. And I think that can really take him far. And the big thing for me is when you watch a player like Max Dowman, these small little signs, he plays so direct. You know what I'm trying to say? He's so direct as a player, which I feel like we've been lacking a lot of that in the current team right now. How many times do we see our winners, for example? I'm not necessarily saying Saka, because he's sort of one you look at and it's just different class, right? But you look at Martinelli's, you look at the Trossards on the win. They're just so predictable at times, man. Because they have their head down and they overthink it and the end product's really poor. With this guy just looks so direct, so unpredictable, similar to how Nwaneri plays, sort of thing. You'll see Nwaneri get the ball, take on his man, drive, try something different. They're not really playing robotic like Martinelli and Trossard do, in my opinion. I also really think in terms of some of his decision-making as well. I mean, I spoke about the final third there. When he gets into the end product, his decision-making is top class as well. I just feel like he's showing already a bit of, that level of maturity that he can, make it into the first team, similar to what Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly are doing right now. Now, I think a big point to make is, obviously, this is youth academy football. Okay, this is under 18 level. I know he's been playing with under 21s as well. But we know it's a complete different step up. When you play youth academy, compare it to professional football. I think that's clear. I think even if you've not even played the game before, you'd understand that it's a whole nother step up, mentality-wise, but physically as well, as we know. So I really think it's important that we obviously don't rush into things in terms of getting this guy straight into the team, if that makes sense. Much as we need this guy, because let's be honest with it, our attack right now is on, it's made of glass right now. With all the attackers we've got out, injured, and we have to play Mika Marino as a striker now. We've got problems there, right? And as much as I'd love to see this guy, and I really want to see this guy in the first team, I think the fact that he's doing this at this young of an age, but doing it for, playing under 21 level at that age is already very impressive. The only player that was Nwaneri, and Nwaneri obviously is now playing regular football for Arsenal. He's our right winner now for Arsenal Football Club. But I just think when it comes to obviously Premier League level and playing, just in general playing for Arsenal's first team, it's a lot to put on this kid, because you got to look at his age. I think that's a big factor. Physicality wise as well, he still needs, his body still needs to be able to develop as well. He may not look as physical now, but as he gets older, obviously, that's going to improve as time goes on. So I think just to rush him straight in there, straight away, I hear it when we need more, options there in terms of the attack right now. But I still think we've got to give this kid a bit of time to develop more physically as well, because we know how demanding the Premier League really is. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, obviously, on Max Dowman. What do you make of him down below? Make sure you leave your comments and get your opinions in down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. That'd be greatly appreciated. We do daily Arsenal content. And make sure you hit the like button on the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you everyone who watched. And I'll see you guys in my next one.